Hey everybody, Sickness here again to talk to you about what I bought and what I watched today. Today, ran out to one of my local thrift stores, picked myself up 3 new titles, and here they are. The first title I picked up has never released a DVD or Blu-ray here in the US, and that is Bush, Alleys and Roadways. This looks to be pretty cool. I am a big fan of Bush. I really do like their music. I think they're great. I am a huge fan of like early 90s, mid-90s alternative rock. I love that grunge music sound. Absolutely love Bush. I'll read you the synopsis really quick to give you an idea what this is about. It looks pretty cool. It says, follow Bush from their first ever recorded performance through the world arena tours, #1 singles, and multi-platinum success, a video diary featuring interviews, performances, behind-the-scenes footage, home movies, and a complete music video diary including and a bunch of their videos. This is going to be awesome. I cannot wait to check this out. Like I said, has never been released DVD or Blu-ray here in the US. Only can get it on VHS. Also comes in this really cool case. See, like, it flips up here, and the tape comes out. It's very cool. Definitely glad I picked this up. The next title I picked up has been released to DVD here in the US, but right now it's out of print, so I'm definitely happy to at least get myself a VHS copy, and that is Night Hunter. Brand new, never opened, very cool. Definitely looking forward to checking this one out. I've heard great things, gets great reviews. Love vampire movies, especially cheeseball ones. That's what I hear this is. This should be a fantastic watch. And the last title I picked up was Props MegaTour 3. The store actually had a few biking videos, and I thought about getting them. I really do enjoy watching BMX videos, skate videos, snowboarding videos. I do really enjoy watching those, but I didn't want to go too crazy spending money today. I just wanted to kind of cut back a little bit. They were $3 a piece, not a bad deal, so I definitely decided to pick up this one because I already do own Props MegaTour 2, and I've seen it. I really like it. It was a great video, so I figured I'd pick up this one. I'm sure it'll be just as good. So that's what I bought today, so now it's what I watched. And today I checked out Red Riding Hood. It was okay, you know, That's about all I can say about this movie. It was just all right. You know, did it entertain me for the hour and a half? Yeah, it kept me entertained. You know, it wasn't bad, but in the end, it's just kind of like, okay, I saw it. That's really my thoughts on the movie. A lot of people were comparing this movie to things like Twilight, and I can see why. Directed by the original director of Twilight. There's also some romantic aspects to it. There's a love triangle. It features some of the cast from Twilight. So I kind of see where people are comparing it. But all in all, I didn't think it was very necessarily Twilight-esque. I mean, yeah, it's you know, it's a horror fantasy with some romance in it, like Twilight. But the difference being, Twilight was like 75% romance story, 25% vampire movie. Whereas this is 75% horror fantasy movie, 25% romance. So the romance is kept at a good level. It's kind of pushed off to the side. And it feels normal. It doesn't feel like in Twilight movie where it's just smushing your face the entire time. I mean, the whole Twilight, it's just like, they're just like romance, romance, romance. It's just, you know, just crushing into you. Whereas in this movie, it feels normal. It feels like, you know, the romance you wouldn't see in a normal movie. They didn't throw it in your face all the time. And I like that. As far as the love triangle goes, Red Riding Hood here, I forget everybody's name, but Red Riding Hood here, she's supposed to marry, I'm trying to figure out who, okay, she's supposed to marry that guy right there. She's being basically forced into the marriage, but instead she's in love with the woodsman there, and if you know the story of Red Riding Hood, you know that the woodsman saves her from the wolf at the end. So that's how it works, basically, and she doesn't love him, but he loves her, but she actually loves him, and whatever, and in the end, they all kind of get together to fight the wolf. So that's how a love triangle sort of works in this story, but like I said, the romance is kept at a good level. It's not constantly thrown in your face. It's not, you know, just oozing out of the movie like it is in Twilight, which I like the Twilight series. I don't have anything wrong with the movies. I do enjoy the movies, but I will admit that the romance is way over the top. They really should pull back on all the ridiculous romance of those movies. So in this, like I said, it's kept at a good level, so if you didn't like the romantic aspects of Twilight, you might be okay with this one then. Different story too. I mean, different feeling of the story too. I mean, you know, it is a good, maybe not good, but a decent horror fantasy movie. I like the wolf attacking the town and whatnot, and you find out at the end, I guess I won't spoil it, you find out at the end who the wolf really is. I enjoyed that. It was decent. It was a decent movie. Gary Oldman in this movie, though, he's badass. I mean, as soon as he popped up in the movie, I was like, yeah, here we go, because I love Gary Oldman. When he comes into a movie, you know he's gonna up the, you know, he's gonna bring the movie to a whole new level and make it great. And he plays just a badass character. I mean, well, I shouldn't say badass. I mean, not badass in a good way. Badass in like he's a dick. He's an awful character in this movie, and I loved him. I thought he did a great job in this movie. So Gary Oldman definitely steals this movie and like I said, takes up to a new level that I was really getting into. So unfortunately, he doesn't stay through the whole movie, but still, he was a good character in this movie. I definitely would recommend it if you're a Gary Oldman fan. He was great in this. But again, as far as the movie goes, it kept me entertained for the hour and a half. It wasn't anything special. You know, if you're really like really dark, like horror fantasy movies, then stay away, because this one it was a little bit more of a teeny bopper sort of dark horror movie, because it did have that dark, you know, horror aspect, sort of like Sleepy Hollow kind of has, you know, that just like dark grittiness to it. But you know, at the same time, it's about basically a bunch of teenagers, so it wasn't overly teeny boppy, it wasn't overly romantic, but that being said, it is more for a teenage audience, so it has a little bit of that feel. But all in all, I wouldn't say it's, you know, I just don't want to keep comparing this to Twilight, because if you didn't like Twilight, that definitely does not mean you're not going to like this, because it did have the feeling of the movie was very different. You know, if you didn't like Twilight, I would say, you know, maybe check this one out, because you might actually enjoy Red Riding Hood. But in the end, like I said, I just kind of was like, okay, I saw it, now what? It wasn't like, I didn't think it was anything great, I didn't think it was anything spectacular, it was just a mediocre story, but it was entertaining for the hour and a half. I did enjoy it. I'm basically just trying to say, I wish people would stop comparing this to Twilight, because although it might have similarities, they are two completely different movies with two completely different feelings. If, you know, because I just think if you didn't like one, you know, you're not necessarily not going to like the other. Because I know a lot of people don't like Twilight, but I think those people might be okay with Red Riding Hood. It was an alright movie. It just wasn't, you know, it wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. So I would definitely say check it out, but probably give it a rent. I picked it up for $5. I'd say if you could pick it up for $5, you know, maybe buy it, but if you're on the fence about it, I'd say, you know, maybe give it a rent from like Redbox or Netflix or something like that. It's definitely worth a rent. It's worth $1, you know, just to check it out for one night. But if you are thinking about picking it up, I wouldn't really say pay more than $5 for it. It wasn't, like I said, it wasn't all that great of a movie, but it was decent. Like I said, it did keep me entertained for an hour and a half. It was an all-right story that could have been better, but I did enjoy. I realized it was kind of, you know, it was meant for teens, so that's why it wasn't as good as it could have been. I think if this movie was meant for adults, it would have been a really good story as opposed to just an okay story. So I'd say check it out, give it a rent. It wasn't all that bad. I enjoyed it. So that's it for what I bought when I watched today. Definitely looking forward to checking out that Bush VHS tape. I'm sure it's going to be great. I love the band. Also, Night Hunter, I hear that's great. I love cheesy vampire movies, so that should be fantastic. Props MegaTour 3, I really enjoyed Props MegaTour 2, so I'm sure that'll be great. And Red Riding Hood, you know, it wasn't great, but it was okay. It was entertaining. I'd say give it a rent. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned to see what I bought and what I watch tomorrow. See ya.